Welcome back to Crypto Crimes. Today, we're not just talking about risk, we're talking about the science of the hustle. The moment a transaction moves from a smoky casino floor to the digital ledger of the internet. Think back to the MIT Blackjack Team, a ragtag group of students, masters of applied math. Their weapon? Not luck, but statistics. They proved that with an advanced system, secret signals, and meticulously rehearsed drills, you could systematically drain millions from the casinos. They took an investment of $89,000 and doubled it in 3 months. A massive 250% annualized return. They were true pioneers in advantaged play. But the casinos fought back hard. They brought in private investigators, the infamous Griffin investigations, and their Griffin book. They tracked faces, shared aliases, and basically declared war on anyone who used their brain to win. This is the classic chase. The hunter versus the hunted. And that cat and mouse game didn't die in Atlantic City. It just moved to a far more dangerous, far more lucrative arena. Crypto and digital finance. What the MIT team did with cards, today's financial criminals are doing with sophisticated code. The casino is no longer a physical building. It's a decentralized exchange, a DeFi protocol, or simply a convincing phishing scam. In the 1,990 seconds, the casino had security cameras, pit bosses, and the Griffin book. Today, every crypto transaction is logged on a public ledger, a permanent chain of digital receipts. You'd think this transparency would immediately deter crime, right? Wrong. It just changed the game entirely. Look at the sheer scale of the heists we've witnessed. Not $100,000 pocketed in a weekend, but billions. The Mount, Gox hack, where hundreds of thousands of Bitcoin simply vanished into the ether. Or take the Ronin network exploit, a massive 9-figure robbery targeting a very popular gaming platform. And then there are the countless rug pulls and DeFi exploits, where sophisticated attackers manipulate smart contracts to siphon away users' locked assets without ever firing a shot. These crimes are not random acts of opportunity. They mirror the MIT team's methodical approach. They're highly structured, rely on complex mathematical knowledge, and require flawless execution. But while the MIT team's only real crime was being too smart, these new digital hustlers are committing serious, global financial fraud. If the MIT team had a secret weapon, their predictive math model, then law enforcement and cybersecurity experts have theirs, the emerging power of blockchain forensics. This is the new, cutting-edge frontier of digital investigation. Think of it like this. Every time the MIT team played, they left a trail of financial data. How many shoes were counted? The precise win rates, the money totals. This data was fed into a computer for analysis. Blockchain forensics does the exact same thing, but across the entire decentralized world. It's the technical process of tracking, analyzing, and contextualizing cryptocurrency transactions on that public ledger to definitively identify criminal activity and actors. When a major exchange is hacked, the stolen funds aren't just magically gone. They're sitting in a long string of verifiable addresses. Blockchain forensics tools are used to meticulously trace the flow of those stolen coins, often through hundreds of different wallets, one by one. We have to deal with the mixer problem. Sophisticated criminals use services called mixers or tumblers to instantly obfuscate the origin of their funds, effectively throwing the digital scent off the trail. It's the modern equivalent of the MIT team's constant disguises and fake aliases. But the breakthrough is happening now. Advanced techniques, powered by artificial intelligence and sophisticated graph analysis, can often unmix or cluster addresses, connecting the dots between seemingly unrelated transactions across time. This can eventually link the digital wallet to a real-world entity, an exchange account, an IP address, or even a KYC identity used in one moment of carelessness. The ability to trace transactions using blockchain forensics has been the single most crucial factor in recovering billions of dollars worth of stolen crypto assets including a significant portion of the funds stolen during the massive Bitfinex hack. It proves that the ledger is inherently permanent, and that permanence is absolute kryptonite to criminals who rely on perfect anonymity. The core lessons learned from decades of combating organized crime, whether it was the card-counting syndicates or large international drug cartels, apply perfectly to this new digital age. We need to focus on prevention. For exchanges and protocols, the digital casino floor needs to be absolutely secure. This means rigorous smart contract auditing before deployment, and utilizing multi-signature wallets and cold storage protocols to protect user funds at all costs. Just as casinos had to install automatic shufflers to defeat card counting, exchanges must continually update their security to defeat the evolving and often unseen exploits. For users, education is the best personal defense. Never share your private keys, and be instantly suspicious of any guaranteed returns that mimic the high-risk, high-reward promises of a fast money scheme. Most importantly, the human element still rules. The MIT team succeeded because they had a rigorous training program and strict discipline. Today's defense requires the exact same commitment. We need more skilled investigators trained specifically in blockchain forensics. We need dedicated digital law enforcement units who fully understand the complexity of money laundering through decentralized finance and NFTs. The MIT Blackjack Team showed the world that a system, a powerful mathematical truth, could beat a giant, established industry. They proved that with enough planning, you could successfully walk away with a fortune. But the new frontier is fundamentally different. When you commit a crime on the blockchain, you are not leaving a handwritten receipt or a blurred security camera image. You are leaving a permanent, indelible record that is custom-made for blockchain forensics. The digital chain of evidence is, for all intents and purposes, forever. The game is still about money, risk, and applied strategy, but the house, the decentralized financial world, is getting smarter, and the investigators are getting better every single day. The chase absolutely continues, but now, the trail of digital breadcrumbs is impossible to sweep clean. Stay safe, stay smart, and never stop questioning the system. Thank you for joining us on Crypto Crimes.